Yes, my people, what you man telling me? So let me just go to the 1 hour chart quickly. So right now on the 1 hour chart, you can see that price is kind of double sided. The SMAs are telling me that there's not much. I can say really in terms of I can see a high time from SBS, but because price looks a bit funny, just go to my daily. Just need to zoom out, see what's going on. So I can see that price is still bullish, potentially SBS model 1 based on the daily, where that's the 1, that's the 2, that's the 3, that's the 4, that's the 5. And then this is the 5. Price has clearly swept it, and obviously now potentially, oh come on, so now potentially, oh come on mate, yeah, whoa, yeah, so now potentially price wants to move on higher. So when price looks funny on the 1 hour, you don't have to try and force and look for a trade based off the 1 hour. When price is, especially where price is looking like this within here, you don't have to try and get yourself confused. Just zoom out. Just go to your higher time frame and see where you are within price. So that way things will make much more sense for you. And obviously based off the daily, we will say that price is bullish. Potentially you just had a little pullback, set something, SBS model 1, and now price wants to shoot higher. So that's it. I'm going to be potentially looking for potential long. So when I head over to my 5-minute chart, I can actually see that price is bullish based off the SMAs. We've actually tapped into this area here, but of course I wasn't on based on my training time. But that's the 1, that's the 2, that's the 3, that's the 4, that's the 5, and you guys can see that price has pushed in higher, reacted off the SMA very, very nicely. There's even an IB candle over here, and obviously price shoots on higher. If I base it off the 618 entry, then we don't quite tap the 618, and sometimes these things are going to happen. So based on 618, you aren't going to get an entry, but you can see that price has taken out our previous higher high. So now I am mapping out my new zone from this area here. So now I just want price to pull back into this area, and then I can start looking for a potential long. So we don't quite get that, and now I am past my trading time, but there are little zones within here on the lower time frame where sometimes price taps into. So if I go to my 1 minute, sorry, you can see how this is a little area of supply and demand. So there's always a chance that price might just tap into here and obviously pushing higher. I could always make this as a 1 as well. 2, 3, wait for this to get swept, tap into something within here, get above the SMA, and obviously hoping the price takes up previous high. But so there was no trade on Monday, so now I'm just gonna go over to tomorrow. So it's a new day, obviously 3 o'clock. We've gotten below the SMAs, but you could say that potential price is in the pullback phase. So remember the zone that I had drawn up here? That's the zone that price might still want to tap into. So let's just wait and see what's happened. But it looks like price is in a pullback, because if this is my protected low and this is the weak high I would like for price to run, and everything's out of just internal structure. But then again, you might also say that, well, we actually did take out the high, and now we have taken out the low, and you're absolutely correct. So you can now say price has tapped into this area here, and you have SBS within this area here, and obviously price is now pushed on lower. The reason why I've made this as the weak high is because you still have all of this area here that has not been tapped into. So I don't want to be the guy that now just starts immediately looking for shorts, but based off structure internally, yes, we are bearish, so yes, I can look for shorts. Yes, there was a valid trade within here. 1, 2, 3 price sweeps. 4, 5. Yeah, price sweeps for 5. Don't quite take out the low. We tap into it further. Where now this could be the 4, this could be the 5. Or that's the 4, and then this is the 5. It just really depends on how you see the SBS. You can also have it like this, where that's the 1, this is the 2, that's the 3. Now this is the 4, and that's the 5. So yeah, and obviously price takes up the previous lower low. So now if we let price play out, we pull back, and we actually take out. I'm going 1 minute. So we do actually pull back into this zone here. We tapped into this area of interest here, which is the SNDR, responsible for causing this market structure break. We had SBS, where that's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have taken out our previous lower low. So that's a trade within itself, below the 200 SMA. So yeah, it was a decent trade. Potentially may have not taken it, but it was a decent trade. Saw this out, traded this out right. There's not much else you can do within this area. On the 5 minute, it looks a bit clogged up, but even on the 5 minute, it still makes a lot of sense. So as we let price play out, we now gone past my trading time. Sorry, yeah, we've gone past my trading time, but if you just slowly look, we have an area of supply and demand here. It looks like price reacted off it very nicely. We have taken out the internal high here, so it'll be interesting to see what happens next over the course of the PM session and over the course of Asia. We have tapped into this area here as well, so we have had a nice reaction, but let's just see if we're able to take out the highs from here. Yeah, so over the course of the evening and the night, price had failed to take out this high, and it was failing to take out this low as well, but we've just taken out now, coming towards our session. So I mean, if I just remove everything just to clear and see what's going on our 1 hour chart, looks like price might want to potentially be in a pullback, but I can only see what I trade, right? I can't now assume and guess. So for now, I'm gonna just wait for price to either take out this low here, or wait for price to take out this high. Until then, I'm not gonna do anything. So yeah, so we've taken out this low here. Let's see what happens. I mean, yeah, let's see what happens. Yeah, taking out this low, didn't quite. I mean, if you swept this, could have potentially had formed the SBS, but didn't quite. I mean, you could always say that's the 1, this is the 2, this is the 3, but it's almost like you're kind of cheating because you don't really tap into anything. But yeah, so I mean, I can drop my new zone from this area here, where that's the 1, that's the 2, that's the 3. We have tapped into this wick fractal. Here, so let's see how price reacts. I mean, that's an IB candle within itself. So actually, no, it's not. Sorry, that's not an IB candle. But if you're from this low to this high, we tap the 618. So let's just use the 618 as the entry today. If you stop above the high, take profit at the low, and then we'll see what happens. So yeah, so trade wins. It doesn't look very pretty, but if you go over to our 1 minute, it looks a little bit better. Where that's the 1, 2, 3 price sweeps. Then you have the 4, and 5. As I said before, we tapped into a fractal, which is a hidden SNDR. We are below the SMAs. What's it called? Tap the 618 to the T, and obviously it was a nice little trade. Yeah, nice little trade. Sometimes it doesn't have to be the perfect trade. You see the circuit trader setup. There's not more you can do in this situation here. But we've gone past my trading time, so we'll go over to the next day. Okay, so now it's the 23rd. So yeah, it's the 23rd. On my 1 hour chart, this is what price looks like. It looks like there's a potential 1 hour SBS where that's the 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially the 5. So now we're just looking for order flow to be switching on the 5-minute time frame, and then potential might start looking for a potential trade. So we can see that on our low time frame, price is still below the we've got above, but we're now below again. So I'm just gonna have to wait. Internally as well, we are bearish like that. So I need price to take out this high over here, get above the SMAs, and then I can start looking for a trade higher. And if I let price play out, so now we've taken out this internal protected high. So now I need some sort of pullback. I mean, we do get a pullback. Can I use that? Let me see. Let me go on the 1 minute time frame. I mean, it's not ideal. I'll be honest, guys. This is not ideal, but it is a setup. So this is an area of supply and demand. We don't. I mean, let's be honest. No, we don't tap into it. I mean, though, we do have SBS where that's the 1, that's the 2, that's the 3. We swept 4, 5. We are above the SMAs. Yeah, we are above the SMAs, and we have an IB candle. So, I mean, it's not ideal. That's the only reason why I was like, because it's not, yeah, it's not ideal, I'll be honest. I mean, let me check for SPS. Yeah, it's not ideal, I'll just be honest. We can't always force a setup, but we have taken out this previous high. Well, we have taken out the previous higher high. So now potentially I can start looking for a trade within this zone here. On the 1 minute, it will look a little bit better. So we did take out this high as well, but let's just see. Okay, yeah, perfect. So we ended up taking out this high here, but even here, I mean, the reason why I didn't take this trade is because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 price pushed higher. But the reason why I was hesitant to take a trade from here is because internally, based off the 1 minute time frame, we have taken out this high. Look, we have taken out that high, so technically that's a protected low, but we haven't actually tapped the 50% of this. So yeah, so I mean, it was valid, I just didn't take it. Is what it is. There is an IB candle there, stop below the low there. You could target whatever. You also have a 618 entry that you could have taken. So there are 2 potential trades that you could have taken. I mean, you also have an S&D flip, not quite the CSS that you're looking for. Yeah, not quite the CSS that you're looking for, but it's the S&D flip. So yeah, I mean, we was looking for the longs, weren't we? Based off the 1 hour SBS, right? We were looking for longs. However, on the I mean, look, you can see how we have a nice double bottom, and now it looks like price wants to push in higher. On the 5 minute, we see how we have waited for the internal. We had the internal flip. You know, price was higher. Remember how I was looking for that trade there? I mean, it was valid, but it wasn't valid. We waited for just another flip, and then that flip was a better flip that had pushed us higher. So, yes, I mean, it was alright, innit? But you'll be able to understand why someone will be a bit, hesitant on taking a trade from here. But have we gone past some trade? Yeah, we've gone past some trading time. So, last but not least, we'll head over to, I think, Friday. Okay, so it's now Friday, last day of the week, and as I said before, we had that 1 hour zone, 1 hour SBS, reacted off the SMA very nicely, and we have taken out our previous higher high, guys. So whatever time frame you're on, you have to follow the SMA based off that time frame. Look for your areas of interest. So in this case here, we tapped into the area of supply and demand, and price had pushed higher, guys. So it's not only just the 1 minute time frame that it works. Price works. It's not only just the 5 minute. It's not only just the 1 hour. The daily, the weekly, whatever time frame you're on, follow the SMA, follow the areas of interest, and you're going to be good. But yep, so price is now bullish based off this zone here. Let's go over to the 5 minute. So I mean, potentially we could expect some sort of pullback after we take out a high, but if I'm now looking at my most recent zone, it is going to be from this area here. So ideally I would like a tap back into the zone, or even a sweep of this candle low here, and then I might start looking for a trade that's going to help take the trade higher. And yeah, so happened a little bit too quick. So we've gotten that sweep as I said before, and the reason why I wanted that sweep to get swept was that's the 1, that's the 2, that's the 3, that's potentially the 4, that's the 5. But we're on the 5 minute chart. Let's go to our 1 minute. We see that price had wicked these lows here. We had an IB candle. So now if you want to be a bit more precise with an entry model, that could be it. I mean, yes, we are below the estimates just by a little bit, because price ain't done yet. Aim for 1.5. You let price play out, and price gives you that 1.5. Got above the SMA. So yeah, this was a very good. That too was a very good liquidity point, because a lot of people only look at the 1 minute chart, right? And a lot of people see this as a validated swing low, right? So a lot of people would think that this is a valid market structure break, innit? For those of you that know, a lot of people think that this is a valid market structure break, but technically price needs to close below this low first before this is a validated MSB. So in this case, a lot of people have to stop there, and this is not a protected low, this is a internal low. But a lot of people think that this is a strong low, but it's not, because it's not a validated swing high. So in this case, this is a very good liquidity point. And it's funny how the minute we swept, price had pushed up, and on the 5 minutes, this is how it looks like. It looks a bit more patchy, but the minute we swept, price had pushed up. And when you let price play out, obviously we've gone past some trading time, but that doesn't matter anyways now, because we've taken out our previous higher. So when you have, I don't have it on this one, but when you have your checklist, your areas of interest, your SMAs, your 618s, your IBs, your CSSs, your market structure, your SMAs, whatever, everything that you need, when you have it, you're like, there's not much I can say. Like, sometimes you're going to lose, sometimes you're going to win. But when you have your things put in place, there's a higher probability. I wouldn't say higher probability, but there's a higher chance of it being a better trade than it being a bad trade. Yes, of course, some things are out of your control, but you can't control that. But as I always say, victory belongs to the most tenacious. Whether you're on the world, I'm wishing you guys a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night. And I'll see you lots next week, innit? Ciao. Peace.